Greetings, Commanders, and welcome to Project Robin. All right, this has been a little secret project I've been working on because, you know, with the meta shift change, with Full Metal being able to beat Rogers, and Elf being a full March commander, Full Metal being a full March commander, there's always going to be your Vegas and Stellas of the world, the one-slot busters. But now that the meta is shifting towards more of that defensive full March style, especially in Galactic Battle where you have to hold bases, commanders like Robin and Lilith are going to start seeing play. So today I started trying out my new Robin. I only have skills level 20, 30, and 20, but we were in a galactic battle, and I got to start testing some of my hypothesis with tier 10 and high level gear. High level for me, not high level for tier 12 super in-game players, but I think a lot of the people that watch this channel are kind of where I'm at, between tier 7 and tier 10. Not too many people in tier 11 and 12. Yeah, there's some of you. Of course, there's some of you. But the Robin project has been going on better than expected. Now, I'm going to show you some results, and I don't want you to get too excited. Hold your horses. These are not as good as they look. They're good, though. Just calm down. So, I started having simulated fights with Death from server 780, Worldwide Killers. Thank you for the Galactic Battle today. Great job, great fun. One of the best I've had in, I don't know, months, man. It was fun because it was a pretty even matchup. Even the tier 12 players weren't that far ahead of us, so we were able to actually get out some good fights. But anyway, at the end of the match, me and Death decided to do some testing. Now, this was done with the premise that Dodger Roger is a big problem for guaranteed commanders that don't have guaranteed hit. So in order to get guaranteed hit, I was rolling Libra and I was rolling Sagittarius and Aries. So part of the what makes this Robin Lilith disabler class viable is the fact that they stop your opponent from casting skills or skipping their turn entirely in the case of Lilith. But of course, Rogers has to go immune in order to be useful. And he doesn't have any damage because he stacks everything as HP and defense. So all of a sudden, when you put an Ares gem against a Rogers, you can actually start making them do almost zero damage. Now, of course, Rogers does have Tyrant Cometh, which is a guaranteed hit skill and hits really hard. But I'm going to show you in these simulated fights, it was 2400 leadership versus 2400 leadership. Our research is similar, but his gems are not 4 sets, so he's not getting any guaranteed hit. And also, he does not have level 60 defensive stance. He has level 50, which still is plenty to go immune. He doesn't have level 60, which kind of does affect the skills. And he doesn't have level 60 Tyrant Cometh. He only had level 1 Tyrant Cometh. So these replays, you're going to see that I had grossly beat him like 30-1 in this one. I want to show you how it works. And if you want to watch these replays individually, I actually have the videos uploaded to YouTube. I'll put them at the end of this video. So if you want to see these videos in their whole run without me talking all over them, you can just go to the end of this video and click the thumbnails there. You can just watch them, you know, without me blabbering. But, all right, let's talk about the combat here. So I guess we need to, if you haven't watched the Lilith and Robin breakdown, you probably need to watch that. Actually, we should cover that real quick, just so people get caught up in case they've forgotten. Robin has a 20-60 skill, right? 20% chance he has Libra, which is like if he gets attacked, he ripostes like Libra does, the Libra 4-piece. And then that's a 20% chance. And then which kind of sucks. Really does kind of suck. It's a guaranteed hit, but it doesn't crit, and it's just kind of meh damage, whatever. Not the worst, not the greatest. And then he has his chain ability, 60%, not 40 like it used to be. So when you put this on a Dominion Hall, you get that 66% chance. It really does matter. And it says, until the activator's next action, the target of this attack will be caught in a chain and unable to activate his skills or Star Jewel abilities. And attack will decrease by 45%. So, wow. Okay, so he disables their Star Jewel ability, like Gilly, but obviously Gilly does it as a global at the beginning. He disables their skills, so no defensive stack, no plasma bomb, no hoodoo death rattle, none of that. None of that King's Mind Eye, anything that makes them really strong, which like Vega's breakdown, Elf's heal, he disables it and basically forces you into a fight where you're fighting his weapons and gear and research versus your weapons, gear, and research and whatever troops you bought to the battle. Now remember, that's only a 60% chance, so it's not always a fair fight of him disabling your skills and making you fight him man-to-man. But he also lowers the attack by 45%, which is essentially making them hit dramatically less, right? Which is kind of a defensive buff. It makes him survive longer. He needs to survive to trigger his skills and gems. So he has a debuff that has a debuff built into it, while also stopping you from really doing what your commander was designed to do. So it's really powerful. When it was a 40% skill, it was kind of whatever. He used to just be a fair fight for Rogers. Now he is a better matchup than Rogers. Now, we're using tier 10 in these videos for Project Robin. I'm going to be using a lot of tier 10. I would love to see some tier 12 Robin replays, and we don't need 100,000 leadership versus 100,000 leadership. 2,000 leadership is fine. 5,000 leadership is just fine, because as long as your opponent has the exact same amount, it doesn't matter how many troops they have. It's still a fair fight. So if you can get those replays, send them to me online. I'll make videos about them, because this Project Robin thing is going to go on all season. Project Robin, Project Lilith, Project Full Metal, Project King. That's what's in the pipeline. The meta is changing, and I want to see where it's going by testing these commanders out. I'm really looking forward to a big shift in the meta. Because, God, did I say I'm sick of Rogers? Oh, I'm sick of Rogers, man. Okay, so he does disable your skills and star jewels and lowers your attack, but you still get to hit him. You still get to swing back. Lilith, on the other hand, does the same thing, except they straight up skip their turn. They just don't get to do anything, which is awesome. 60% chance, force your opponent to skip their turn. Think about that, just in general. If 60% of the time she's going to trigger something to make you skip your turn, you're only going to have half as many turns as she does. Now, granted, she's not like a superstar hitter like Vega, and she's not a plasma bomber with utility. But in a toe-to-toe fight, Lilith is a dangerous commander. Remember, though, this sleep bomb can only hit the troops directly in front of her. If she's attacking slots 1, 2, and 3, and your opponent has slots in 4, 5, and 6, the sleep bomb can't hit the troops behind. So keep that in mind. And her 20% or 30% skill, not 20%. Is a HP defensive shield. She uses her own HP to take hits. It's kind of like Robin's skill. But what I like about Lilith is she makes your opponent completely skip their turn, as opposed to Robin, who makes them not trigger any skills and all that, but they still get to melee attack him, which can be a big deal when you have really high leadership and a lot of troops on the line. What you're really trying to do with Robin and Lilith is dodge. High-level troops and high-level gear, you're not going to land a hit on high-level troops without a guaranteed hit skill if you're running 2 pieces of dodge gear, which is kind of like what I'm assuming a lot of this is based off of. It's important to remember that, because late game guaranteed hit is super essential, or a ton of accuracy, but most people aren't stacking that much accuracy because it just doesn't scale as well. But that's not the end of the world. Elf doesn't even use accuracy. King doesn't even use accuracy. Full Metal does, but he's an offense commander. He'll be using Taurus and Leo. Anyway, okay. The thing about Robin I want to mention is that Plasma will still Quantum Blast if his troops die, if they were forced to sleep bomb. If Robin triggers his chain on somebody, they still get the attack, but they don't get to trigger those skills like Plasma's bomb, which it does kind of matter. Overall, I think Robin, I don't know who's better, man. I think they're so freaking similar. I think even, like, you could tell with these tests, the results were so similar. I think maybe Lilith is the better choice, but I do like Robin. I like that chain. I like how he messes with Plasma. And I want to show you how he does this. So he's lowering that attack, which is better than getting a shield from Lilith, but she also triggers her a slight 30%. It's tough, guys. Anyway, let's not get stuck on that. We're talking about Project Robin and Lilith and what they can bring to the table, and that is they can disable Rogers pretty effectively. Rogers is dependent on that Tyrant Cometh for damage, and my opponent here does not have a high-level Tyrant Cometh. And also, I'm using Robin's Chain at level 30 and Ares to disable his attack. So even when he does hit me, he doesn't hit me very hard. And then, of course, his defensive stacks are being disabled whenever I get the chance. Of course, he's getting lucky now. He just got 2 defensive stances in a row, and even though I had first strike. So I have a rough start on this one. But there's the bite of Ares. So what we want to watch here is how hard he actually hits me when he hits me. Because the chain plus the Ares really makes him just hit for nothing. But same for me, though. I'm only hitting for 2,600 there with the ambush, which is like the Libra gem. It's just a riposte. But you'll notice he's missing and I'm missing. He's running Dodger Roger. I'm running Dodger Robin. Well, basic infantry gear as far as I'm concerned. A combat kind of gear. And I'm really relying on Sagittarius and ambush to do all my damage. So as long as I'm triggering those things, I'll be all right. So here's a full-blown Sagittarius hit, which will hit hard, but he has his defensive stance going right now, so I'm not getting any luck. But he hasn't landed any hits on me yet because he doesn't have any guaranteed hit gems. If he had guaranteed hit gems in, he would have done a lot better against me. But maybe not as good as you might think because, remember, Chain lowers attack by, at level 60, 90%. 90%. Plus an Ares, minus 100% off that remaining 10%. And then that can stack up right on top of you. Ares is incredibly powerful. If you didn't watch the Stella replay I did, was it Stella? It was Stella, I think. Against the level 9 monster from the Crimson Behemoth, I showed off Ares with Stella. It's so powerful. So powerful. Of course, still falls victim to commanders who stack the crap out of attack gear like Vegas and Plasmas and Stellas. But against all the middle balance commanders, Elves and Rogers of the world, it's going to do really well. Ares is really strong. But here we should start seeing it hit soon. So Tyrant Cometh triggered on Rogers' first stack. I might have missed it. Yeah, I might have missed it. But there goes that Ares. So you're seeing I'm squelching all of his damage that isn't hitting anyway. With Chain and Ares, and then he is just trying to fire back. And then all my guaranteed hits and stuff are just getting absorbed by that defensive stance. So it's a bit of a stalemate right now. I'm disabling him. He's disabling me. But there we go. I snuck one through there. The defensive stance fell off because I got enough disables, and I knocked 10 of his troops off. So big hit there, but he's still triggering. And the more troops I destroy on his side, the lower his chances of getting the defensive stack. So the better I'll do as the match goes on. Yeah, he has to survive the first round, and then he's in good shape for this round. Oh, there we go. So I was able to take that slot out. Sorry, there's so many skills happening so fast. It's hard to keep up with all of it. But hopefully what you guys are taking away from this is that in a fair fight, Robin is going to be a legitimate commander against anyone. Of course, he still falls victim to that one-slot bust Vega and Stella meta, which is always going to be a thing, which always should be a thing. I'm not going to say that. I just think Vega's a little overpowered. I got to mention that every once in a while. Let people know I haven't forgotten. But, yeah, I mean, you can kind of see what's going on. That Tyrant Cometh is only level 1. If you scaled that up just to level 30, it would start doing quite a bit more damage. But I still think I would have won handedly, and that's why I said at the beginning of this video, don't get too excited. These results are good, but, he could have a level 60 defensive stance. He could have guaranteed hit gems. He could have a higher level Tyrant Cometh. But that's not to say I couldn't have better gear either, because I could, right? He has level 30 pants. I have level 22 pants. Not that he was landing hits anyway. That's kind of negligible. And where I have accuracy here and I don't have damage, I have crit damage and a little... The accuracy wasn't helping me because he was dodging. The crit damage was helping when I landed hits. But it's only level 22. He, on the other hand, had a level 31 item. So... Don't get it twisted too much. I had plenty of room for improvement as well. That level 30 Titan did help out a lot, but imagine another level 30 Titan instead of a Skywalker. So that's the first replay we did, and I thought, oh man, those results were much better than I thought. Then I realized, I was like, something's not right. Okay, then I realized his skills were a little low. He didn't have the gems like I just said. So we ran it again. And like I said, at the end of this video, I'll make these replays fully available to you so you can watch them in its entirety if you're interested to see how the back and forth goes. Because I think Robin and Lilith are legitimate main commanders now. I want to see people play them more. And I know one-slot Vega busts are going to be so useful and stuff for attacking or defending or whatever. But you really need full march commanders to hold forts. You notice in galactic battles, yeah, every once in a while, it just turns into one-slot bust fights with tier 12 for a while with your super high-end guys. But all the lower-end guys that are trying to just hold bases, it's one or two troops of whatever tier they're on, and that's just them holding the base, and that's full marches, 1 or 2 troops per slot. And that's where these commanders can really come into play. And I love how that we can preset our army sizes, so we don't have to like nitpick, 7 here, 6 here, 3 there, or 2 here, 2 here, 2 here. We can just have it preset. There's 10 presets, so you can use these utility commanders and also main them. Yeah, I'm pretty excited, man. Are you guys excited about this? I feel like the last month we kind of harped really hard on the Rogers meta. And I really kind of got challenged to start really opening up the playbook. And this project, this little secret Season 7 project we're doing that you're along on the ride for, we're going to be covering Robin, Lilith, King, Full Metal. We're going to retouch on Elf, even though I'm pretty sure everyone knows she's a super main commander. And maybe Fabian. That's like a super secret project. Super secret. Fabian needs a buff. Was there any other airship commanders? Oh, did I say King? I think I said King. I don't know. Anyway, so that's that replay. I'll make that available at the end. So that's what we're working on. Are you surprised by these replays? Are you surprised at how good they were? I mean, that's pretty one-sided knowing the information. Now this one with Lilith, 11 to 60 and 6 to 41, still really good, not as good. I'll go ahead and throw these up and just kind of finish this video off with a bit more talking. And yeah, so I hope you guys like this content. This is the kind of content I'm into. That's why I did this channel, right? I always wanted to do a channel I wanted to do with content I wanted to cover. Ooh, good shot. Good first shot by Lilith there. So I'm excited to go down this path. I want to try out these new commanders. I want to simulate these battles. It makes the game a lot more fun again because it's opening up. There's plenty of other stuff going on in the game. The 6v6, battle that Genjo's covering. If you're not subscribed to Genjo's channel, check the description below. I'll put a link to his channel. He's making Arc of War videos for super late game. The guy's smart. He knows how to play the game good. I want to promote his channel, promote his content, because I think he's going to be an investment that's just going to keep paying off. That guy's bringing so much good intel to the community. We want to reward players that do that. So check out his channel. Subscribe to it. Next time he throws a video out, watch it. Watch it. He's got a little bit of a romantic accent. Is that gay? It's gay. It's a little gay. It's okay. It's okay. Okay. All right, I'm going to do the super secret plug at the end. I haven't done this in like a month. I have the ability now to receive paid sponsors from YouTube. Gaming.youtube.com/channel Melt Arc of War or whatever. The gaming side of YouTube. You can actually sponsor this channel for $5 a month. And there's a handful of guys that have a private chat room. The promoted... I don't know. I don't even know. We haven't named the group yet. They haven't named themselves. Some ideas have been thrown around. But if you want to subscribe to the channel and pay the extra $5 a month to help promote the content, throw a little money my way to keep it going, there is a private chat room for only those people. And right now, the main perk is, you get your own little avatar and live streams and stuff. But every video I make for Arc of War, I queue it up for either the following morning. I usually do everything in the morning. So I queue it up there the night before, and I let them get first glance. If I miss anything major, they let me know. But you get first access to all Melt videos. And I think that's pretty cool, because it's $5 a month. You watch the content anyway. If you play the game every day and you watch the channel every day, I think it's a good deal. I think it works out. So if you want to do that, I'll put that in a link below. Sometimes it gets a little finicky on mobile. So if you want to sponsor the channel, try the link below. If it works, great. If it doesn't, you can message me online. I can send it there. Or you can keep watching for free. You could do that too. I'm still going to make videos. But thanks for all the paid supporters, guys. I really do appreciate it. It's really encouraging. And I don't know, it just feels good. I've made over 300 Arc of War videos. It's nice to get a little something back. So anyway, that's the Lilith replay I didn't talk at all about. And I got one more. But that's all right. I'll put it at the end of this video. You can watch those in its entirety. So thanks everyone for watching. Appreciate that. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you enjoy these new secret projects. I don't know if I should bulk Robin and Lilith together, but they're so freaking similar. I feel like there's like a sibling rivalry going on. I kind of need to keep them together. I don't know. What do you think? Put it in the comments below. Did I miss anything? I don't know. That's it. We'll see you next time.